Second and final heat for the elite women as they close out their third day of competition here at Wodapalooza at Bayfront Park in Miami, Florida. Thanks so much for sticking with us, everybody. I'm Sean Woodland with Bill Grundler. Jamie Hagia is down on the competition floor. Event number 6 is Celebrate 10. It's the 10th year of this great event. It is presented by Yerbay, and we have 2 distinct parts of this challenge.
You could have called it Celebrate 10 or Boulder Shoulders or something like that. There's a lot of shoulder work. 5 rounds of those handstand push-ups with 5 heavy overhead squats, and then flip-flop it. 5 rounds of the 5 ring muscle-ups, and then 5 lighter overhead squats. This is a tough one to get all the way through. You have to be moving. You got to make sure you got the shoulder stability.
Carolyn Connor's the only woman to be able to complete all this work inside the 12-minute time cap. She has the time to beat. For more on Event 6, let's go down to the competition floor where Jamie Hagia is standing by.
Bill, I know we talked about shoulders being a factor in this workout, but we're also looking at triceps. When you're on the handstand push-ups, you are burning out your triceps. And guess what? When you get to the rings, when you get to the top of that, you're going to have to dip out for that rep to count, and that's going to be using all your triceps there. Not to mention, on those overhead squats, you're pressing up on that barbell and also exhausting them there.
Thank you, Jamie. Here are your lane assignments for the second and final heat. Sarah Sigmundsdottir, if you weren't with us earlier, she withdrew from the competition because of medical reasons, didn't give any more explanation than that. We wish her all the best, hope she is doing well, but she is not in the field here. Bethany Shadburn and Fee Sagafi came into the day in the top 5. We do not have the overall standings after 5 events, but given what happened in the prior event, Sagafi has some work to do, and Shadburn might still be inside the top 3.
Well, I think with Fee, she has a great shot in this event. Lighter athletes, smaller athletes. So I think, again, that usually plays in your favor when it's a high-skill gymnastic event like this. But you're right. Not the fact that is she going to be super good at it, but she has to do well in this one. She struggled on the swim, but again, very smart. And we talked about, really trying to, prep those shoulders, make sure you're not overdoing yourself. So come down when you need to, so you know exactly how much you can keep in the tank for the other movements.
15 handstand push-ups, then 5 overhead squats at 145 pounds. 5 rounds of those 2 movements for the first half of this event.
Look at the hand width for Fee. Now she has some Olympic lifting background skill, so she has the ability in her shoulders to go that narrow grip. And one of the things that does, it really saves on the wrist and saves on the shoulder as far as having to stabilize. You just let that shoulder hang back, and that's going to work to your favor. Now with Bethany, gymnastic background. So again, this is an event that can really play to her favor. She needs to make sure she's smart about the shoulders, not go out too hard, but really go strong here, and then really hammer those muscle ups when we get to the second half of the event.
Bethany Shadburn, who came into the day in 3rd place behind Emma McQuaid for 2nd. Shadburn did beat McQuaid in the prior event. It is likely that Shadburn right now is in 2nd place overall. Ellie Turner, still your overall leader. Turner is in the gray top on the left side of the screen. Lane 23 is Anikha Greer. Those long black pants. She is your leader right now in this heat.
So we really, again, we've been talking about shoulders, and I'm going to arm wrestle Jamie for this one, shoulders or triceps. But I think this is about saving those shoulders. There's so much stability that's going on there. This is one of the things that Anikha's doing great, shaking her arms out when she needs to. Taking a break when you need to, because it's all about that negative split. You can do so much damage in the first 5 rounds that you are worthless in the second 5 rounds. So you need to be able to negative split that, which is be very mindful about those first 5 rounds.
Anikha Greer came into day 3 in 16th place overall. She's in her 4th of 5 rounds here in the opening part of this event. And we're not even to the 3-minute mark. Great pace for her early on, rifling through those 15 handstand push-ups, back to the barbell for the 5 overhead squats.
And Anikha looking nice and strong, so fast on those handstand push-ups, and just very stable on that heavy overhead squat.
4 rounds done for Anikha Greer. Paige Semenza in the long blue shirt right now is in 2nd place. Semenza was trying to crack the top 10 to start the day. She came in 11th place overall.
And I like the fact that she's going wide on those hands. Now, there is, you know, you're only supposed to go so wide with your hands when you're doing this, but I think she's being very smart. Go as wide as she possibly can. She's a taller athlete, so utilize that and try and shrink up as much of that height and length in those arms as you possibly can, but still looking great. Stabilizing a little bit, so you start trying to stabilize that a little bit further overhead, and just lock in and get those to count.
Paige Semenza is done. Go over to our overall leader coming into the day, Ellie Turner, won the first two events.
You know, and she really said she was nervous about the skills segment. This entire event is skills. So the fact that, you know, she needs to hang into it. We talk about damage control. This is the one event that she really needs to be aware. And what that means is don't be afraid of it, but don't try to be first place. She needs to try to be like 5th, 6th, 7th, and then you're going to be all right.
She had a pretty good lead over Emma Quaid to start the day. McQuaid had 343 points.
I'll tell you what, Mike, the way Anikha is moving to this
She's 36 points back at Turner to start, and Turner did beat McQuaid in that last event. But Ellie needs to be more concerned with Bethany Shadburn right now. Anikha Greer continues to lead the heat. She's through her first round of 15 muscle-ups and now on to the overhead squats. Sorry, 5 muscle-ups, now onto the 15 overhead squats at 80 pounds. Time to beat belongs to Caroline Connors, the only woman to complete this event inside the 16-minute time cap. 11:48 was her time.
Anikha looks absolutely incredible, super strong on every single element of this event. The way she zapped her, I mean, she was snappy on those muscle-ups, and we'll see when she gets back here to the rings, but I really like this. Again, she's utilizing her whole body. There was a lot of pushing that was going on with those handstand push-ups, so she really uses that back swing. You'll watch her lower legs kick to try to get any kind of momentum for her upper body so it's not a straight, strict push.
Anikha Greer back to those muscle-ups. Olivia Sulik is the athlete who is closest to the camera. Then Emily Rolfe is also in the back half of this event as well. Final rep on this round for Anikha Greer. 2 rounds down to the muscle-ups, back to the barbell for her 15 overhead squats. Fee Sagafi and Ariel Lowen are in the upper left-hand part of your screen. They are currently 2nd and 3rd place in the heat. Ariel Lowen going back to the rings, as is Fee Sagafi.
Let's see what these ladies are looking like on their muscle-ups. See a lot of arms being shaken out.
Ariel Lowen with the whoop strap on, 154 beats per minute right now.
Ariel, you can see her on the right-hand side, a little bit of a chicken wing setup there, whereas Fee's looking much more clean. But again, it doesn't matter what it looks like as long as it works. And, you know, you can fail out at the very end when you're past the finish line. But both these women, I think it's great for them because they're able to push each other. The interesting thing will be who's going to break down first, because with gymnastic movements, once you break down, you're done.
Ariel Lowen was a woman who kind of exploded onto the scene last year at the Granite Games, was a surprise winner of that competition. Said she went because she just wanted to get her nameplate for the new house that they had, and wound up getting a ticket to the CrossFit Games. Fee Sagafi just missed out on a berth to the CrossFit Games at the Mid-Atlantic CrossFit Challenge last year.
I'm actually surprised that Fee took a little break there. I'm not going to say that it's not a smart move, because again, she's conserving those shoulders, and we talked about how important that is, and she's really not getting that far behind. I mean, look, both ladies got there to the bar at the same time, and they're both coming off even with that break.
Anikha Greer continues to lead. This is her 3rd set of 15 overhead squats. 2 rounds remain after that, and now she's got to start thinking about Caroline Connors' top time of 11:48. Greer could really use an event win. Started the day in 16th place overall.
still, I mean, just the youth of Anikha being able to come out here and just look at that confidence. I don't see, there's nothing in what she is doing right now that I see as youth. She seems very composed and competing very mature right now.
Start of round 4 for Greer. This is the battle for second and third. Ariel Lowen on the right, Fisa Gaffi, and then Bethany Shadburn as well. You can see at the top of the screen, that's Ellie Turner. She's your overall leader, and she's got to be focused on what Bethany Shadburn is doing right now, because Shadburn is creeping up the overall standings and putting some pressure on Ellie Turner as far as the overall lead is concerned right now. Anikha Greer in the bottom right, she is your leader in the heat. This is her 4th round of ring muscle-ups, and she is through those with no problem.
Just looks so good on those ring muscle-ups.
Sagafi and Lowen back to the rings. Anikha Greer getting set to close out round 4. She will have 1 remaining.
Sagafi on the rings, just about 1 rep in front of Lowen. Shadburn off of the rings. Anikha Greer, this woman is
Anikha Greer with a couple reps to go in this round. The barbell is down, and she has plenty of time right now to reel in Caroline Connors. Connors got to work on her 5th and final round with about 1:03 left on the clock. 12-minute time cap here, and Greer's going to have a lot more time than that. The battle for second continues on the upper left-hand part of your screen between Fisa Gaffi and Ariel Lowen. Bethany Shadburn also in the mix there, as is Ellie Turner. Now Greer getting to work a full minute ahead of Caroline Connors' pace.
Look at that big pop of the hips. Look how high she gets over those rings. Boom. Nice fast transition as she moves her head all the way through those rings. So many athletes, when they get tired, their head goes straight up along those straps, but not Anikha. Beautiful transition through those rings.
Anikha Greer, one of the young and up-and-coming stars in CrossFit, 18 years old out of Canada. Throws the wrist straps down and gets right to work on her overhead squats, and she's staring an event win and 100 points in the face right now. And now she knows that Anikha Greer is almost done. And the 18-year-old is going to pick up an event win to close out day 3. The battle for second is between Ariel Lowen and Fisa Gaffi, as well as Bethany Shadburn on the left side. 1 minute to go before we hit the time cap. Bethany Shadburn is a round behind here, so Fisa Gaffi is in, and she will take second place in the event. That's big for her.
Oh, wow, did she need that?
Ariel Lowen is in 3rd place right now, and she has time to get inside the time cap. 11:48 by Connors is now good for 3rd in the event. That would be 94 points. Getting across here will be big for Ariel Lowen. 5 reps to go. It looks like she's going to have time, but may not be able to catch Connors. Barbell is down, Lowen is in, and that one is going to be close. We'll have to wait for the official score to see if she did indeed edge out Connors. And now the big question is, as Lucy Campbell came in, where did Ellie Turner finish, and how close was Bethany Shadburn to her? Anikha Greer with her first event win here at Wodapalooza.
I mean,
and does it in impressive fashion.
You talk about a confidence boost coming into this event with these names and coming out first as an 18-year-old. That's massive. And I love the fact that we saw that smile all the way through. But, man, she did it picture perfect. Came out to the front. Knew that it was going to be a good move for her. Rapid fire handstand push-ups, and was still able to move that heavy barbell. I mean, she snatched that thing up into the air without any problem, but looked amazing on those muscles. Look how high she would get over that ring. was able to hold that all the way through, knew exactly where she was, and I love the smile that when she got to that bar, smiled all 15 reps before she snapped that buzzer. That was a beautiful finish.
100 points for Anikha Greer. She picks up her first event win of the competition.
Oh, my shoulders just hurt watching that.
It is insane how quickly that they are able to do this event and all of those movements. And Jamie Hagia is with the woman who did it the most quickly, Anikha Greer.
Anikha, you started this workout very aggressive, but were able to hold on to that throughout the entire workout. How confident were you coming into this?
To be honest, the first couple of events, I had a couple of mishaps. So coming in, I was actually doubting myself a little bit. I didn't have that same confidence I had coming in. But I kind of, like, once I started, just shut my brain off and let my body take over. And I just kind of settled into that pace I know. And once he started saying my name, I was like, you can't stop now.
These movements are clearly in your wheelhouse. What was your favorite part about this event?
Him saying my name. Yeah, that fired me up so much. I love handstand push-ups. Overhead squats used to be a bit of a weakness, just like mobility-wise, so that felt great to have that feel so comfortable. Just, yeah, the atmosphere, that was the best part.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Anikha Greer with the event win. Likely that's not going to be the last time we say that. Celebration ceremony coming up next. After that, the men will be on the floor for event 6, so stay with us, everybody.